Let's continue our discussion on dynamic programming with the leak code question, longest increasing subsequence. Given an array, integer array nums, return the length of the longest strictly increasing subsequence. This is a pretty classic one-dimensional DP problem, kind of like climbing stairs in the previous video. And with the one-dimensional DP, we usually have a DP array we call, we'll just call it DP. It's just an array to kind of track everything. And then it is like I said before, one-dimensional. So a one-dimensional array where its elements are going to be the states of the DP. And so to solve these types of problems, you gotta first understand how to get from, or first of all, you have to plan what the states are. And second of all, you have to find out how to transition between the states. So for example, in this problem, the best state would be, so let's say dpi, where I is any integer from 0 to n-1. Let's say that's the longest increasing subsequence that ends at index I. Well, how do we figure that out? Let's if we think about it, if we have dp of everything before I, let's call it j. If we have j less than I, and then if we know that dp of j, or sorry, the array, we'll call it nums, is n of j is less than, then we can say, we can add this ith index to the next element in the sequence, if this is true. And so one thing we can do is to just check every j. So for all j less than I, we can do this check to see if this is true. And so essentially we would say, formalize it, let's actually use this here. It would basically be the max of j, where j is less than I. And then if this is true here, we know we can add one element. So this would actually just be, the result of this would just be the longest increasing subsequence at j plus 1, since we're now adding I into that subsequence. So we'll take the max of j is less than I of dp j plus 1. Okay, so just to initialize it, well, every element is at least 1, right? It could be at least its own sequence, and so we would initialize the DP array to be 1. All right, so let's write this out in code. So as I said before, let's initialize the DP array. Call it, start it off at 1, and we actually want it to be size of nums. So once we have this, well, the first DP of 0 is be 1 because there's nothing that comes before it. So let's start at 1. So let's make a for loop. And then, like we said before, we want to check every element or every element before. So we can say For J in range I, we can do basically again pulling up this, we want to check if J is less than I, or for all J less than I, if this is true, then we can do the comparison. So we'll check to see if nums J is less than I, then we can say dp I equal to and actually we're trying to just find the max value. So all right. And once this is all set none, we can, since the problem asks us to return the length of the longest, well, the length of the longest is just the length of the longest at each I. So we'll just return the max of the DP array. So let's submit this. And there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.